Hi, my name's Alex. I'm a special agent with the FBI. I'm assigned to the Jacksonville Division, Pensacola Resident Agency, and I live and work in Pensacola, Florida. I'm responsible for the counterterrorism program in the Florida Panhandle. So as a counterterrorism agent for the FBI, our role is pretty varied. Out here, because I'm responsible for a large chunk of territory, a lot of my work involves dealing with the local police departments, the local sheriff's agencies, the local Department of Defense military bases. On a typical day, something that is pretty relatable that I go out and do is handling things like bomb threats or threats to the public. There was an instance not too long ago where we thought that there was a bomb that maybe had been placed outside of the federal courthouse here in Pensacola. I got a call early in the morning that the bomb squad was responding out. So I grabbed my stuff, rolled out also. Took a couple hours to resolve. The bomb techs had to go down range and clear the scene, and we had to make sure that it wasn't a true threat. And luckily it wasn't, so that matter was resolved easily. But if there was a matter that, required additional follow-up, required investigation, then that would be on me to handle. One of the other things that we also often deal with is just threats to the general public. A lot of times there's threat to schools, threat to the military bases. We work in conjunction with our DoD, Department of Defense counterparts to adequately make sure that there's no actual threats to the public and to the general safety. A lot of my, like I said before, a lot of my work also involves with going out and doing training with the local police departments, keeping them up to date on latest techniques and things that we're looking at. Being a special agent, one of the factors that causes stress in this line of work, and something that I've had to become accustomed to, is the uncertainty, the unknowing of what your day-to-day might be like, and sometimes the uncertainty and unknowing of what a situation that you're walking into might be like. When we go through the FBI Academy at Quantico, Virginia, they put us through a lot of training and a lot of role-playing to prepare us for this. And after a number of years on the job, it's something that you become better accustomed to dealing with. The FBI is unique in the ways that we investigate crimes, and often the amount of time and effort that we put into an investigation. And one of the things that leads to is oftentimes as agents, we become invested in seeing a positive outcome of that investigation, whether it's somebody going to jail, whether it's a kidnapped child being recovered, whether it's providing some sort of closure to a family. And that's oftentimes the things that we strive towards. What that also means is it can be some long days and some long weeks for us. We are scheduled to work a 50-hour week every week, averaging out to about 10 hours a day, but we are at will of the FBI, which means when something happens, when there's an incident, we're going to be working, and we're going to be working a lot to see it through. To apply to be a special agent with the FBI, you need to be at least 23 years old, a United States citizen, and have a 4-year college degree. We don't mandate any sort of specific degree. You can get whatever you want. I like to recommend that people get something that they're interested in and that they enjoy taking classes in. I did public administration with a minor in criminal justice. A graduate degree is not required. It's not so much recommended, but a lot of our applicants do have graduate degrees of one form or another. Other skills that you can bring to the table, anything and everything. Language skills, computer skills, tactical skills, accounting, law, anything. Anything that you can do to make yourself a more well-rounded candidate is always a good idea, no matter what it is. The other aspect that people need to know about to apply to become a special agent is that they need at least 3 years minimum of full-time work experience. So after attaining their degrees, we do ask that people have those 3 years and that's all verified during their application process. One thing that people don't always expect to find out about the FBI is they see the movies and they see the fast-paced, the action side of things. But everything we do when we convict somebody, when we charge them with a crime, it all goes to court. And so one of the things that we have to handle is the administrative side, the testimony side, the documenting everything. So there is also a lot of paperwork and other things that go into this job that require a great attention to detail. One way that college graduates often try to get their 3 years or more of work experience before applying to be a special agent is that they join the FBI as professional support staff. Those jobs vary from a wide range of intelligence analysts, secretaries, supply technicians, evidence custodians, even auto mechanics in some offices. So they'll apply for those jobs, be hired by the FBI, do their full-time work experience, and then apply to be a special agent. The best part of being an FBI special agent is working with the other people that are in the FBI. There are amazing and dedicated people that work here that make it worth coming to work every day. Great support system, great people to be around all the time. We see some tough situations, some sad situations, and we know that at least getting through it together will be fine at the end of the day, and that we always know that we can count on each other, even through the toughest of times. The worst part of the job, we have to roll with things as they happen. We don't know when a crime is going to occur. We don't know when an incident is going to occur that we have to respond to. We don't know what it may be, whether it's a kidnapping, a murder, a bomb threat, something worse, some sort of terrorist event. We may be gone for days at a time. We may be gone for weeks at a time. We have to throw ourselves into this job when it's required of us, and it may require us to miss birthdays, miss holidays, miss special occasions, miss vacations. A lot of times our families understand, but it doesn't always make it easier, and sometimes it's very stressful for us and our families too. But at the end of the day, everybody knows that we're here to do something special, something good, and that we wouldn't be doing it if we weren't truly dedicated to it. Any skills that you can bring to the table are always a good idea, especially foreign language skills and or computer skills, technical, cyber, anything in that aspect. One of the things that most people don't take into consideration when they're applying is our background check process. We will go back and examine your entire life and your entire history. And so things that people think that they did when they were a teenager may not affect them. It may. Sometimes you just don't know. So my advice is to always think about, if you even have the slightest inkling that you want to apply for the FBI, live your life like you're going to apply for the FBI and make sure that there's nothing there that's going to come back to haunt you. Because this is so competitive. We hire about 2 people out of every 100 that apply, that sometimes you don't know what little thing may be enough to disqualify you. And then the last piece of advice I would have is, while you're out, once you get your college degree and you're out in the workforce getting that full-time work experience, do something you enjoy. Do something that's fulfilling to you. Do something that you like. Don't make yourself miserable trying to get to the FBI. Enjoy what you're doing. It's not always guaranteed that you're going to be hired here. It's a tough process, and it's a process worth going through, but it's not guaranteed. So do something that you enjoy, because that always comes across in your work and your product, and it shows that, listen, you're a good person, you're self-motivated, and that you'd be a good FBI special agent.